Hi, I'm Dorian, or Leviathan and my friends, and I'm an eldritch abomination lurking in the corners of your attic. And for the last 5-ish years, I've been making most of my income as an artist from commissions. In this handy-dandy guide, I'll go over how to get clients, how to advertise yourself, and some general tips and tricks as well as pricing. That being said, though, it's not the ultimate guide, really, so if you're left with any questions after the fact, go ahead and ask them in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to help. Before you even think about pricing or what you want to offer for commissions, you need to have an email that is specifically for commissions and your art business in general. For your own sanity, don't use one email for everything. You will lose your marbles in the void of the internet, and it will also be incredibly easy to lose clients. It's also useful come tax season for Americans, so keep that in mind. After you've set up said email, you'll also want a place where you can put all of your money that you're going to get from the commissions. Most artists, as well as myself, use PayPal, which does have its issues, but I haven't had any so far. Knock on wood. You can use any platform you really like, though. I know PayPal isn't available in some regions of the world. Whatever you do use, though, make sure there's an invoice system, which is why I primarily use PayPal. It's easy enough to use, and it'll also calculate the 15% off that I need to give for my patrons for their commissions. I wouldn't recommend keeping all of your money in your PayPal account, though. Definitely transfer it into your main bank account. Sometimes the PayPal gremlins like to, how do you say, steal or take their own cut? But it hasn't happened to me yet, so knock on wood again. Another thing you'll need is a TOS, or terms of service, which will hopefully root out any nastier commission inquiries you might get. And believe me, you can definitely get some nasty ones. There's a lot you can cover in terms of service. In general, though, you'll want to make sure you have something that covers your process, your statement against AI and NFT being involved within your work. Let clients know that you don't want your work resold, unless of course you're doing commercial work, but that's a whole different thing altogether. All the info that they might need to send to you for the commission, and how you want your payments to be processed. I know this is a lot to think of, though, so I have included my own terms of service agreement in a Google Doc in the description below. Feel free to use it, tweak it as you see fit, whatever you'd like. Go at it. Now, that's all the prep work you really need to be doing, but what do you really need to be doing in your process for taking commissions, you might be asking? Be confused no longer. I'm here to tell you the secrets of getting commissions, or at least my own process. Step 1, release an ad saying that I am open for commissions. I will usually advertise this a couple days in advance, and then I will post the actual ad on various social media like Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter. Step 2, wait. Step 3, cry. Step 4, communicate with said clients, get references, and either accept or reject projects. Step 5, draw and wait for client feedback. And then step 6, give them their art. That's all there is to it, at least on the surface. Don't be discouraged if you don't get a lot of clients at first. Art is a competitive field, and the economy is in shambles everywhere. You have to remember that art is also a luxury item, which can also be an issue when you're trying to price things, but hopefully I can provide a little light on the said subject. I can smell the discourse now. Commission pricing can be a bit of a hot topic, so to speak. No matter how enticing it is, don't be offering to draw somebody's Catgirl OC for $5. Not only does it do a disservice to you as an artist, and honestly, it creates a lot of issues for the art community as well. You can also set yourself up for a lot of burnout. People are going to expect you to only charge $5, and then when you raise your prices, there's going to be a whole issue surrounding that. So just don't do that in the first place. Don't offer a cat girl for $5. Please, I'm begging you. What I do is charge at least minimum wage and then gradually raise the prices depending on the demand for the commission. For me, that meant charging $10, or now that I am immigrating to the UK, £10 per hour that it took me to finish a piece. In general, my commission pricing goes a little like this: £45 for a half body sketch, plus a £15 fee for any additional characters, $90 for a full body sketch, plus £25 for each additional character, £150 for one character illustrations, which are fully rendered and have a more complicated background, and $250 for a two-person illustration, which also still has a complicated background. I also used to offer character design commissions, which would have been between £75 and £100, maybe a little more, depending on how complicated the character design was that they wanted me to do. For my per added character fees, that's definitely a bit low. The standard practice is 50% of the actual base price of the commission, but I offer them at a discount just because I feel that it brings in more people. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe it is a little bit of that don't offer £5 cat girl OC pics, but it works for me. You don't necessarily even have to do the added character fee, but it is an option. Just remember that you are good enough to offer your pieces at more than £10. Don't be giving away the Mona Lisa for free, okay? Finding the right pricing and the right process for you is important, but also what's equally as important is advertising. My dreaded white whale, an amalgamation of social media algorithms and links getting marked as spam, or posts not being engaging enough or not flashy enough for followers to see it because of the algorithm, or they just don't care about it. Advertising can be a massive pain, but you don't have to go insane in the membrane to make them work for you. For my commissions posts, I use Kittl and Canva, depending on what platform I'm posting to. Kittl overall has better fonts and an easier to use interface than Canva, at least in my opinion, but you can't make custom canvases in Kittl without paying a subscription fee, so I just use it for Instagram posts. Canva I use more for my YouTube thumbnails or like posting to Tumblr and Twitter. In general, you want your ads to be clear and concise, but also within your general style. I personally really like Art Nouveau and Victorian aesthetics, so I've added little elements that remind me of that, like the stars and the borders, and in general the text as well. I personally make an image each for the commission types that I offer, as well as how much they are, and a brief description of said commission offer. I also make a initial image with my email in it or my contact info, which saves me the hassle of getting those weird spam bots in my comments or getting spam emails that just clog everything up. It also saves your post from being read by certain social media AI and getting nerfed to hell and back. Once you have your collection of images, you'll want to post on your various social media that you are open for work at that point. Now, you will want to take a look at your analytics and make sure that you're posting at the right time so the majority of your followers are able to see said ad. If you're confused on how to schedule posts or take a look at your analytics on various social media platforms, I do have a video that I put out a few weeks ago that might be helpful for you. And after all that, you cry and wait. Well, hopefully you don't actually cry, but we have severe social anxiety and anxiety in general here, so we get it if you do cry. Do your best not to worry. I know that's easier said than done, but all you have to do is keep reminding people that your commissions are open. Be annoying about it. I post to my story about once a day that my commissions are open when I do open them. And then on Tumblr, I will literally queue every other post my commissions post. It's the only way people actually see them. People are on social media at different times, and you can only go so far with your analytics. So honestly, again, just be annoying about it. With those pesky basics out of the way, I do have some general tips and tricks that may be helpful. When you start taking commissions, it is best practice to make a schedule for yourself. Recently, it's helped me to think of my commission schedule as having a 9-to-5 job, which it pretty much is at this point. I clock in at 9 a.m. and I don't push past 5 or 5:30 p.m. and after that I work on things for myself or I play video games and rest. You can do this by setting alarms for yourself, putting reminders on your computer, or doing it through sheer willpower. But either way, I do suggest breaking up your days, setting a schedule for yourself, and also remember to take breaks. As much as the art community will say differently, it is okay to draw for yourself in between commissions. All you have to do is be communicative to your clients and let them know that you are working on things, or give them an update for them when they ask. That's all you need to do. You don't have to feel bad for drawing for yourself. For those of you with ADHD or the beloved ADHD, I know it's hard to keep yourself motivated and organized. I myself am at the combination ADHD, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell, and I desperately wish to leave, but they have locked the doors and thrown away the keys. What they don't know is I have a reward system and an extensive knowledge of Microsoft Word. At the moment, I use Google Sheets to keep track of my finances so that I know what my income will be like every month. Plus, it's free, unlike the aforementioned Microsoft Word. Another thing I'll use sporadically is Google Forms, which has done really well in the past for me in regards to my commissions inquiries. It does keep me pretty well organized. You can go through by individual responses or take a look at the whole thing by itself. In the form itself, I would ask for the client's email address, their preferred name and pronouns, all the references they might have for the piece or the characters in general, if it was okay to post the piece on the internet publicly, and if they wanted me to mention or at an account if I did post it on social media. In the future, I think I will utilize the form more just because I'm getting a lot more work than I normally did in the past. And also, it's just easier than scrolling through my email for 100 years. For my reward system, it's going to seem a little juvenile, but I use lists and stickers. Not only does it help me manage my anxiety, but it also gives me a little reward and a shot of dopamine when I can place a sticker on the page. I actually find myself looking forward to using those stickers or even just ticking off a box on one of the lists. You don't have to use stickers either. You can reward yourself with a 30-minute break of your favorite hobby or hyperfixation. I will often reward myself with sometimes extensive breaks of Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, just look at Asterion. He's absolutely beautiful. Who wouldn't want to do that? Just remember, you do not have to be stuck at the neurodivergent combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. You have the keys, they're just either under the doormat or stuck in the ceiling tiles above you. Commissions are a lot to handle, but they are good work if you can get it, and they can boost your portfolio. Don't look in your attic for any work though. You won't find anything in there, especially not weird eldritch abominations summoning terrible things completely untold.
Special thank you to Jacques, Herald of the Dark Roast, Meg, Exarch of the Golden Egg, High Artisan Anonymous B, Great Alpha Wolf Squilliam William, Nairuz, Seer of Rosy Mercy, Ghost, Infernal Collector of the Damned, Golden Paladin Court, Isabella, Redeemer of Bad Himbos, Keeper of the Lapin Warren, Robin, Most Royal of all the Rats, Ethereal Consort of House Vicarian, Fungal Sovereign Tass, Exalted Curator Wick, the under-elf of Delphinia, paragon of starlight, an impossible amount of rat babies, divine herald Jordan, Estrella, sage of the outer realms, wretched sauce of House Worcestershire, champion Pallypunk of the immortal valley, tailor of macabre coney livery, eternal apostle Austin, the contingent of fables, the eminence of light, Bunny, exarch of the ornate tomb, Harley the sanguineous, grand overlord Silas, being of exalted sunlight, delegate of clan Latiners, eternal consul Puja, high magi Katie, and the herald of wrens,